Ever since entering menopause, I've gained so much weight and nothing I do helps. I can lose weight, but I just can't keep it off. And I'm so tired of being on a diet. I just don't want to think about food and enjoy my life. Hi, everyone. I am Jill Lebofsky, women's wellness coach, two-time best-selling author, and known as the Midlife Mojo Master. And those are just a few comments that I hear from my 40 and over ladies who are struggling, feeling overwhelmed, feeling frustrated as they move from diet to diet, looking for that magic pill, that thing that's going to zap away the fat and just make their life better overnight. Well, sorry to tell you, I don't have any magic pill, nor do I have a magic wand. But what I do have is a powerful duo that nobody else is teaching about. This easy combination can help the woman over 40 to melt the midlife middle once and for all. This amazing pairing is intermittent fasting and essential oils. And both of them help with making changes physically and emotionally that create long-lasting change. No longer do you have to deprive yourself or starve, or just live on a diet of salad and dry chicken and water, or kill yourself at the gym 5-6 days a week. When you understand why intermittent fasting works so well for burning stored fat and how essential oils can benefit your weight loss journey, and then how combining the two of them and integrating them into your daily routine can give you these amazing results, then you'll see that us midlife gals, we got a fighting chance out there. Right? Society so easily wants to kind of toss us aside and just label us as fat and frumpy. But the woman who adopts the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle is just the opposite. She's got a fitter, stronger body. She feels more confident, sexy, and is ready just to go out there and conquer the world. And I can tell you from firsthand experiences, this way of life works. It wasn't too long ago in my mid-40s, I was in the throes of perimenopause. And I had been at my goal weight up until then for about 12 plus years. And then in a 16-month period of time, I put on 20 pounds. And no matter what I did, all of my tricks in my little toolbox that I had, nothing worked. The pounds just kept coming on and on. My old back pain returned, and I started feeling kind of depressed. And I knew that it had something to do with my hormones and all of that changing and so forth. And I had been using my oils already for my hormones in terms of my hot flashes and my night sweats. But the weight just still wouldn't budge no matter what I did. And so, I always say desperate times call for desperate measures, but it was a very desperate time for me. And I happened to overhear a conversation between two people about intermittent fasting. And I just kind of butted right in and asked a million questions and then went home and did my research for weeks. Having taught, healthy eating and weight loss for so many years, the fasting to me just kind of went against everything that I knew to be safe. And wow, when I learned what I learned, how wrong I was. The way that I had been teaching women to eat all these years, that make sure you're eating a good, healthy breakfast and then make sure you're eating small little meals all throughout the day. That was actually preventing them from losing weight. It was making it so much harder for them, despite all of their best efforts. So after kind of learning all of this stuff and kind of feeling comfortable with myself, I said, let's give it a shot. And so a few weeks later, I started my own intermittent fasting journey. And then just naturally, I turned to essential oils because that's always been my go-to for about 5-6 years for all my health and wellness needs. So, and I created this 24-hour routine with the intermittent fasting where I incorporated the essential oils, just using them in all different ways throughout the day. And it really helped move my progress along. Within 20 months, the pounds were gone without much effort. In fact, even though I weighed the same as I had all those years, I was at my goal, but I was a size smaller now because of the fat burning. And I'm coming up on 3 years living the intermittent fasting lifestyle. And I'm what my clients and myself call an IF lifer, meaning we're an intermittent fasting lifer, right? We would just never could imagine going back to that way of eating from sun up to sundown again. And I wrote my book, Melt the Midlife Middle, A Beginner's Guide for Women to the Intermittent Fasting and Essential Oils Lifestyle, and created my 6-week program, Win at Weight Loss, Conquer the Never-Ending Dieting Cycle for Good, so I could share what I learned and give the midlife woman hope, support, and a solution that could change the rest of their life. And for the continued support, I have monthly subscription program, the Win at Weight Loss Winner's Circle. It's so important in terms of reaching your goals to have that added encouragement and daily motivation. And I'm so looking forward to sharing with you why the intermittent fasting is the perfect lifestyle and the perfect fit for the midlife woman when done right. Because yes, there is a right and a wrong way to do intermittent fasting, especially for the midlife woman. You know, let's face it, most diets out there are cookie cutter for everyone, men, women, young, old. But the fact is the midlife woman has different needs due to the hormonal changes that are taking place. Many of these women are dealing with hot flashes during the days and night sweats all night, leaving her exhausted. The once happy hormone estrogen is now depleting along with its good friend progesterone, creating up and down moods, lack of sex drive, lack of focus and concentration, and forgetfulness. For some people, a true hot mess. And intermittent fasting, if not done right, can exacerbate some of these issues. But on the other hand, when you get proper support and proper guidance, when intermittent fasting is done correctly and you add in the essential oils for support, many of the issues that midlife women face lessen. They oftentimes even just disappear. But in addition to, all of that, other mental and emotional changes are going on for the woman over 40. For a lot of women, they've been mom for a long time, and now the kids have, I always say grown and flown, and they're having an empty nest, and, they weren't leaving the house as much as they used to. They're not missing that loud household, or missing their friends that they used to see when they would go to their kids' sporting events and concerts. Some midlife women are dealing with illnesses for their spouse or maybe their own illness. Others are just dealing with their newly retired husbands or spouses that are underfoot, driving them a little bit crazy. And then I always talk about this women of this age, we're kind of sandwiched. We're sandwiched between taking care of younger kids as well at the same time of caring for older parents, aging parents. And it just can kind of make us feel a little bit of all out of sorts at the time. There's what about the woman who has been working, right? And now she goes to retire and her routine is all different. Seeing, people on a daily basis. She's not seeing people as much as she used to. All of this is just kind of gives a big emotional upheaval. And there's just so much in a woman over 40's life that is out of her control. And so adopting an intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle is one area where women can take control and just feel empowered and get the desired results that they want. I have this saying that once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. You can either just choose to ignore it or you can take inspired action. And when I learned about intermittent fasting, I learned that there were many different ways that you could do it, but I use what's called the 16-8 method. I feel like it's the most natural way of eating if we just tuned into and listened to the natural rhythm of our body. Basically, if we just feed it when it's asking to be fed, and then feed it during a consecutive 8-hour period of time during the day of your choosing, and feed it nourishing, healing, energizing foods. Then if we just stop feeding the body for at least 16 hours and let the body do what it's supposed to do so it can function at its best, then it's the amazing things that happen to the body, both on the inside and the out. And intermittent fasting isn't as much about what you eat, but it's more important about when you eat it. And there is a reason for that. It's just kind of I'm going to give you a little simplified reason why the timing is so important for your intermittent fasting success. So we all have stored fat from over years of consuming calories that we just consume these excess calories that we didn't give ourselves enough time to burn off. And so the body, thinking it's doing something good, stored all of those extra calories and turned them into fat and stored them in our bodies. And was all excited, waiting for that time that we would let it go into fat burning mode and that it could provide fuel for us. The problem is we never let it because we're always eating. And what we do is we cheat the body of the time when it could be getting into that fat burning mode and doing what it needs to do so that we can look and feel our best. Basically, with the stored fat burning, clock down zeroes out every single time and starts over again every single time you put any kind of food inside your mouth, right? Just as you're just about ready to start burning that stored fat, in we pop a piece of bagel or a piece of toast or something, and we've just blown it. It's over. And this is the reason why. So, every single time that you consume calories, most of those calories cause a rise in your blood sugar. And the body releases insulin to counter this rise and bring it back down. But the thing is that insulin is a fat storing hormone, and the body cannot store and release fat at the same time. It's just physically impossible. Now, on the flip side, if you don't eat for 12, 14, 16, 18 plus hours, your blood sugar gets low and triggers a different hormone called glucagon, which is a fat releasing hormone. If you never give your body a break from eating and the release of insulin, then burning fat, losing weight becomes an uphill battle. Learning this was so freeing for me. I realized I didn't have to blame my body or my willpower. All I needed was to work with my body, not against it, and listen to its needs. And when you add essential oils into the 16-hour fasting and the 8-hour feasting time, either by inhaling them or using them topically or using them in your cooking and your water, but through ingestion, you just don't feel as hungry or as sleepy or as hangry. That hangry feeling, that hungry, angry feeling you get sometimes when it's been a while since you've eaten. Instead, you feel energized, motivated, clear thinking, even peaceful. And some oils are great for just a daily gentle cleanse. Some are great for supporting during the fast so you don't feel as hungry. Other ones are great, as I said, for using in your cooking and your water for added flavor or benefit. And then there are some oils that have been scientifically researched and have been shown to have specific weight management benefits. And when you combine the intermittent fasting with the essential oils, these two powerful forces, it's just like a no-brainer to me. And I hope that you're starting to see that maybe, that this could be something that might be good for you as well. As midlife women, we get to take control with the intermittent fasting at a time when so much is just out of our control. And there are three main reasons why I feel that the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle is just a perfect fit for the midlife woman, besides the obvious weight shedding of pounds and inches when nothing else seems to work. So the three reasons are, number one, the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle boosts emotional well-being at a much needed time, which is crucial to you losing the pounds and inches once and for all. The second reason why it's such a perfect fit for the midlife woman, and my favorite personal reason, is the anti-aging benefits that you get both on the inside and outside of the body that keep us youthful and are a reason to adopt the intermittent fasting and essential oil lifestyle, whether you need to lose weight or not. And the number three reason why the intermittent fasting and essential oil lifestyle is a perfect fit for the midlife woman, well, it's just so easy to do and so easy to maintain as you have this new kind of daily routine, like becoming an empty nester, having, newly retired and things like that. And during the menopausal years, 2/3 of women report feeling invisible. So many women hide behind their weight. It just becomes easier than trying to make oneself seen or heard. For some reason, for some women, this is the first time in their lives that they have even been overweight. And for some, it's just been a roller coaster journey their whole life. But for most, it is causing some kind of level of emotional distress. The extra pounds are maybe affecting some people's marriages. Maybe they're embarrassed to get naked in front of their husband. The extra weight is affecting people's confidence at a time when they should be adventurous, living our second half with passion and inner peace. But for some women, they just start to feel depressed when nothing fits. And if they're single, the extra pounds keep them from putting themselves out there and dating. But when a woman can see that she can lose the weight despite the hormones, despite her age, she starts to feel strong, capable, and empowered. And that just starts to spill over into all areas of her life. But unfortunately, so many women, when they're feeling down, they just they go to the doctor and they're prescribed some kind of medication for depression or anxiety instead of just looking for a natural alternative. Essential oils can be a great solution for that. Oils like your citrus oils are so uplifting, or oils like the blend release or joy. They can enhance positive emotions, uplift your mood, just give you a feeling of hope, just support good change. And in addition to oils helping our emotions, there was a 2016 study in the Journal of Midlife Health that concluded that fasting was successful in reducing midlife women's depression and anxiety. So you put together the intermittent fasting and the essential oils, and you can see how a woman's whole life outlook could change just by developing this intermittent fasting and essential oils routine, which I teach in my 6-week Win It Weight Loss program. Permanent change is created through small daily habits. The emotional support from intermittent fasting and essential oils makes for a great fit for the over 40 woman, but I personally think it's a best fit for her because of the built-in anti-aging effects that occur in the body when you refrain from eating for at least 12 hours. Two things that happen in the body are the triggering of the human growth hormone and the natural process of autophagy. As well as essential oils have long been used in beauty regimens since biblical times for healthy skin, hair, and nails. And the human growth hormone, people refer to that as the fountain of youth. And just by refraining from eating for a period of time, we can trigger the production of the human growth hormone, the HGH it's sometimes known as, which starts to decrease just with the natural aging process. And human growth hormone is really important for things like boosting our metabolism, burning fat, building new muscle tissue, supporting good quality bone, which is important for the women over 40. It improves skin quality, longevity. So it's a really important hormone, and we certainly want to have as much of it in our system as possible. And just by doing intermittent fasting, you are triggering the production of it. So that's pretty cool, right? And in addition to that, although I'm not talking about it specifically today, when I talk about the intermittent fasting and the essential oils lifestyle, of course, exercise plays a piece in that as well. And the great thing is that exercise also triggers the release of the human growth hormone. So when you combine the intermittent fasting and the exercise, what a great way of just starting to kind of turn back the hands of time naturally, right? And then another thing that happens in the body to kind of turn those hands of time back, to kind of bring out the youthfulness from the inside out, is this process called autophagy. Now, autophagy happens, yes, when we are in the fasted state, usually around the 12 to 14 hour mark. And it's basically a cellular recycling system. So the cells basically release the damaged parts. They get rid of the damaged parts of the cell that may be causing any issues or causing any premature aging, that kind of thing. And then it reformulates into a new healthy cell. And that new healthy cell is what literally keeps us youthful and keeps us alive and energized and just feeling great and helping us live longer. Right? Just it's like kind of this body's literally its own recycling system at the at the cellular level. And then let's talk about essential oils, right? Well, we know that essential oils also can help us at the cellular level. There are some essential oils that can help with just a gentle cleansing of the body. So, and just by cleansing the body and by, again, these essential oils that have some of these constituents that change us at the cellular level, that also can induce this youthfulness, just our skin and our hair and our nails and our energy and all of that looking and feeling good. And then you can just use the oils topically as well in your moisturizers, your lotions, things like frankincense, lavender, rosemary, great for things like our hair, our skin, and our nails. Now, the third reason besides emotional support and anti-aging benefits for a woman over 40 to adopt an intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle is it is the perfect fit for her new life routine. With a daily life that doesn't revolve around a kid's schedule or going to the office, often women find themselves socializing more, going out to lunch or dinner with friends. As they enter the retired years, many people travel a lot more. Some women are babysitting their grandkids to help out. The intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle supports any and all lifestyles because it gives you back time. It's flexible and you don't have to give up any foods. First of all, you're eating less often, which means less time shopping, prepping, and cooking and cleaning, right? And you get to tweak that 8-hour window to fit whatever you have going on during the day. Now, if it's a planned lunch, you just adjust the time of your fast. If it's unplanned, you can shorten the feasting time or just say, oh, well, and start the fast when you're done eating for the night. You are never on or off intermittent fasting. You just adjust as you go. As I said earlier, intermittent fasting is more about when you eat, not what you eat. But I do strongly suggest eating healthy 80% of the time. But the great thing is with the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle, you can indulge 20% of the time and still lose. You can have Sunday pizza night with the family or enjoy a cocktail here and there or have a second piece of birthday cake and still be on plan and still get the results you want and desire. And you can also learn to use your essential oils in your cooking and make healthy alternatives. And I've noticed after teaching essential oils and the essential oils and intermittent fasting lifestyle to hundreds of women over the past couple of years that there's just this kind of like excitement around it that there isn't been in other weight loss programs that I've taught. You know, for a lot of us, you know, if we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond, this is not our first time that we've ever tried to lose weight before. It's probably not our second time we've ever tried to lose weight before. And so for most of us, it's kind of like a been there, done that thing. And so intermittent fasting and this essential oils lifestyle is something new, you know, learning about the science behind intermittent fasting, the do's and the don'ts and how to incorporate it into your daily routine. And then like learning different ways that we can use our oils. For some of us, we've been using our oils for a long time. So it's kind of fun to find like new, exciting ways that we can use them. And so with this new fun and this new excitement brings more motivation and more commitment. And I find people are more apt to then reach all of those goals and not only reach those goals, but keep them off long term. Incorporating the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle into your daily routine can truly be the eating freedom that you desire. It can give you the health and wellness benefits that last you from your midlife years and beyond. They can be what help you look and feel your best and finally lose that midlife middle once and for all. As a thank you for hanging in here to the end and for the gratitude that I feel having the opportunity to share on a topic I'm just so passionate about on the Global Online Essential Oil Symposium, I have a link to a free ebook duo I wrote for you. The first book, 25 Frequently Asked Questions About Intermittent Fasting for Women. And the second one, Sensible Weight Loss, all about essential oils and your weight management journey. And after downloading the free ebooks, I'll send you a coupon code for 25% off to use in my Midlife Mojo store on the products that I've created to support the midlife woman. Whether you have a weight to lose or not, I hope you choose to give the intermittent fasting and essential oils lifestyle a try in order to live a happy, healthy, long life. Thank you so much.